Hello everybody and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. If you were tuned in onto MTV Sports a little while ago, you would have noticed that I was having a discussion with a few members of the musical group Saints, and I hope you managed to catch a little act of theirs which we did put on air. It was actually quite a nice song, Suren.
Thanks.
Mary Lou, right?
Yes, that's right.
So what's the story behind that?
So one of those songs that we like to sing a cappella, a good arrangement in terms of bringing out the individual voices and the parts. So we got this score and we thought we'll put in some effort to get this done. Also, this is one song, a glimpse of what is in store for our concert this Saturday, the 19th of October, at the Land Went at 7 o'clock. So we'll be performing this type of retro, I would say, music that people love in Sri Lanka, and there are more to come, but Hello Mary Lou is an evergreen song which we've turned out to be an a cappella with perfect robot harmony.
I see. Yeah, well, of course we will get into the concert which is about to happen at the end of the week in a little while, but before I do that, I need to introduce you to two more Saints who just got on to the set. We had to say goodbye to two of them just to show two more faces. I'd like to introduce you to Rohan Fernando.
Hi.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Good
and Russell Gomez.
Morning, Russell.
And what made you to join Saints?
I have a background of singing in school choirs and had the experience of working with two good bands in Sri Lanka, but this was refreshing because it's something new where you work with four-part harmony.
Okay.
It's a bit of a challenge, but very refreshing, and if you see what's happening today in the music world in Sri Lanka, so much of it, and it's so wonderful to see so many budding youngsters and old people as well getting into the scene.
I see. Excellent. And Rohan?
Just to add on to what Russell said, I come from a very musical hometown, Moratua, and where music is in the blood. And my mom used to sing at home most of the time, and that's really caught on with all of us. And
I see.
School, St. Thomas's, we had one of the best choirs at the time that I sang in school.
I see. I have to ask the two of you this now. I know that Suren and Priyanka are the leaders of the group, which means both of them have simultaneously they need to make decisions together.
Right.
And when it comes to tough decisions like what kind of music to actually go with, or in terms of a decision that's made in terms of choreography or anything of that sort, how do you find the two of them gelling together?
Well, they pair off very well, and I think they complement each other extremely well. And I must say that two guys are very busy. One is a very senior logistics manager, the other one is a senior chartered accountant looking after one of the bigger treasuries in this country. But then they are able to devote that amount of time to make sure that there is absolute quality in the group.
So would you say, Russell, that when they come together they're stronger?
Definitely, yes, because I think at the beginning, at the onset of the entire program proper, which we do for the year, they throw around we have a session where we throw in various kinds of songs, and then they evaluate the thing together with all of us, and they decide. Of course, the musical is mostly handled by them, and then we put in our 2 cents worth, and everybody, and then we discuss further how further we could go, because the instrumentation comes later on.
I see.
And there is where we set a platform for the concert proper.
I see.
And decide on a program.
And lots of this have, if I'm not mistaken, it has been happening year after year after year.
That's
when
right.
you guys have been doing concerts every year. So Priyanka, why don't you tell us a little bit about the concerts you guys have been doing earlier, and maybe then we'll come into the concert that's about to happen at the end of the week.
Yeah, about 8 years ago, Suren, right?
Yes,
8 years
right.
ago, we started our first musical performance at the Russian Center. It was the start. Then, with the success from then, the next year we went to the British School.
That's right.
And after that, we've had about 4 to 5 years of singing at the Lionel with mostly full house. So the type of music that we handled from then onwards was that we sang classical numbers, semi-classical, and then we moved on to pop numbers as well. What we like is that to sing all genres of music, so that all the people, the old and the young and the
But when you say all genres of music, is it limited to a particular time scale? Maybe 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
Yes, sometimes we go back as 50s as well.
Okay.
So from, say, I would say that 50s to 60s to 80s, Suren?
Yeah, we've had some times that we sang 90s also.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton and then
Yeah,
as well.
so-
Yeah, that's right.
I see. So it has been quite successful, you said, the last few concerts.
It has been very successful.
So your target is to have one concert a year, or how does it work?
No, we like to have as much as possible, but as Rohan said, the work commitments are serious. We work in responsible jobs, so as a result, we sing once a year because of the work commitments. But otherwise, I think if time permits, we'd love to do that during the year as well.
I see. And Thank You for the Music is the concert that's about to happen this Saturday, right?
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about that then.
Yes, sir.
If you can just, what time is the concert?
So we're starting sharp 7 on the 19th Saturday
Okay.
at the Lionel Went. As usual, we'll be having the concert running for about 1.5 hours. Vazam concert is a little bit different from the other general concerts that we had. If I may fill you in with some
In
details.
the sense, what you're trying to say is it's different from what you've been doing in the past, or different in terms of concerts of this nature?
Different from concerts of this nature.
Okay.
Probably different from other groups that sing and perform at concerts. So we are more, how can I put it, crowd friendly.
Yes,
We
right.
want to get
People
the crowd enjoying the concert rather
Wow.
than give them a performance to say, this is what we want to.
So when you say crowd
depict.
friendly, you try to engage the audience.
Yeah.
What are the kind of things you do to engage the
That's
audience?
right. That's right. So we start with some classical numbers generally that shows the versatility of the choir, the quality of the choir, and then we get down to some lovely numbers that is known by everybody. But in between, we also have the single segment. We have 3 to 4 songs that every year we sing these singles numbers.
So you focus on English as well as Sinhala.
Singles. So it can be enjoyed by the entire crowd actually. But I think one of the key factors comes after that, which is a sing-along session. Here is a singing group, a professional singing group presenting a concert, and suddenly the people are getting involved in it, embedded in the music by.
That's actually quite interesting, because here when it comes to Sri Lankan audiences, when it comes to any concert, usually, or even if it's a play or usual entertainment activity indoors, you find that the engagement levels are really low. Sometimes, you come and do a nice performance and some people are really reluctant to clap.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
You get that, but whereas when you benchmark it with overseas concerts, for the slightest thing you get the applause and the scream and the hoots and everything. So how do you manage to get, what is it that you do to manage to get these audiences to actually engage with you? Now I know you said it's a sing-along session at the end, but how do they know that? How do they know that they're supposed to participate? And even when they know, they sometimes, because they know they have to participate, they're reluctant to do it, right?
Right. So here's the thing. We tried this out on the first year. I mean, we ourselves had issues trying to understand how a sing-along can come into a professional concert. But what we understood was, with our versatile compere, Placey, how he
who we had on the show in the last segment.
That's right. How we engage the people and get them to join in the singing. So to say that they enjoy it thoroughly, and it's a go after that till the end of the concert.
I see. So Russell, I got to ask you this now. When the sing-along does happen in your concerts, and when people do sing and they go off tune, how do you manage that?
Well, that's a part of the entire to get up. But actually, it's very gratifying, because as singers, when you find them participate, I mean, they may not be the best voices in the world, but it's very gratifying at the end of it all, because when we feel the vibes after the show, it's I think they got their money's worth. So and we feel good at the end of it all.
I see. Great. And yeah.
Now we've carried the show twice to Kandy. So now we find that the crowd in Kandy, the type of music they love in Kandy is a little bit different from that of Colombo. Now, mind you, we got the same response in Kandy. We mixed the music. We added a little bit more Sinhalese type of music, arranged in 4-part harmony, got the band to play in, and we got a massive response from Kandy.
I see. Why do you think that is? Is it possible that there is a hunger for entertainment in those areas
Yes.
compared to
I believe
Colombo?
so. I
There
believe
is.
so.
I think one of the things that we try to do is also to tour inside the island at least. So we've been successful in doing Kandy twice, and the response have been fantastic in Kandy. We will do it in the future.
And also, I mean, most of you are from different parts of the country, different schools.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, how do you all still tie up with your alma mater in terms of getting these concerts going?
Yes,
yes, we do so.
because I'm from St. Anthony's, Kandy, so whenever we go and the school children come, their parents come, they know that we are singing, so that has helped. And Suren being the conductor, most of the Josephians come and come for the show.
So is he like a legend in St. Joseph's?
Oh yeah, he's known as the pocket dynamite at St. Joseph's.
So do you walk back into school and help the guys out with the choir right now, or how does it?
Yeah, so my busy schedule doesn't allow me to get into school that much, but of course those who are with me are carrying on very well, both in terms of the past students choir as well as the current students choir. They're doing very well, and we are proud of it.
I see, great. So tell me a little bit more about the concert, and what about the theme of the concert this time? Is there any specific theme?
Sure.
How is it different to the rest of the other concerts
Well, it's
you've done before?
Yeah, thank you for the music. And because what we basically want to highlight is the fact that we are all musically oriented and we are from musical backgrounds. Despite the fact that we've all got very busy secular lives, we still try to carve in that time, and we start fairly early in the year, say around end of March, when all the big matches are finished at the schools. And we get together and then we start our practices. Because in between we had a concert this time in Kandy. So something which we missed out, which we cannot forget, is the fact that our instrumentalists are fabulous guys. We got some really lovely people, very proactive. They support us in every way, support Priyanka and Suren in every way.
So these are the accompanists are part of the group, or are they?
Yes and no. I mean, like they carve themselves out as an independent group, but then they are very much part of the family.
I see. Yeah. So they're not a part of the 13 core guys?
No.
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
I see. And in terms of, Russell, in terms of the amount of time that is actually needed to practice for an event of this nature, how many months would you say?
It's huge. It's about 9 months.
9 months. So you all take 9 months to prepare for this major concert, which you guys are headed for at the
That's right.
end of the week.
Yeah, so 9 months into about 3 hours of practice a week.
I see.
So
it's
that's
once
how
a
the
week,
nine-
once
yeah,
a week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
twice a week,
And
about
luckily
1.5
twice.
hours or 2 hours
But
per week.
I mean,